remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer? They would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
This is fielded at the 7. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Here we go now.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
All right, here we go.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Let's go.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front? Creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility. And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They needed 14. They got 15 here on 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 11 yards for number 11. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit. But his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well conceived, well designed, and even better executed.
A long drive here. Play 12 coming up for the offense. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play. Close things down inside.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete, right around the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run. Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They'll try again with Elliott. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on third and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal. He'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 3. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now back to throw. They're turned away on fourth and goal. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed fourth down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2 as they'll take over with the ball first and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Looking to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense.
Under pressure, he's going to go down. Look at this, way back around the 43. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. Although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that. And the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you're facing intentional grounding call.
A big play there on the catch and run, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. 4th and 10 here. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice session, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. They come up in an offset eye. They'll look to throw here. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So on 4th down, Jason Garrett sends in his field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 33. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And, of course, coming off the safety the last time they had the football. Never want that.
No, that's pretty unique, too, isn't it? When you give up points that way and the scoreboard, you look up and it says 2-0, it can throw you a little bit. Let's see if they can put that to the side and move forward.
Still 1st down.
Following the penalty, it's Hill. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, in that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. The Seahawks send out their punter. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
On second down, Elliott. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. The defense came out with a look that they had prepped for all week to attack. They took advantage, got the first down.
And the key words in there, prep for all week. They really studied them, understood their tendencies, knew what they like to do, and prepared their game plan accordingly. And, boy, the payoff was good.
He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and now it's second down.
Watch left. Stop right there. Now let's go.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, I haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't like a target that size. I mean, that's a big, tall receiver, and somehow he missed him anyway.
Yeah, tempting to just put it out there for him to go get it, but dangerous throw and not on target.
Yeah, sometimes even a receiver with that type of catch radius can't haul them in if they're not accurate.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
A nickel look by Seattle on third down.
Yep. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Again, it's Hill. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. He's got time in the pocket. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line.
Holding offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Third and long, it's Wilson. Throws a quick hitter on the slant, that's complete. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. So I guess we'll call this a pitcher's duel so far. I think that was a 3-run homer there, and it makes it a 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, and what inning are we in? It's not the most common of score lines, but it's pretty indicative of the fact that we're in for a tight one.
And the Seahawks defense working their way back out onto the field. And they forced that fumble the last time, and when it happens on a previous drive, you kind of get thirsty for it to happen again.
No doubt about it, because the person who created the turnover or the takeaway, he's getting the gold star. He's going to be the one we look at in film session and go, way to go. Everybody wants that praise from the coach. That means the next time out, you want it to be you.
Do they still hand out gold stars?
You know, amazingly enough, it's the simple things in life that motivate these guys.
A sticker, just a little gold sticker.
A little helmet sticker in college.
Yeah, put it on your fridge.
Put a little gold sticker on their scouting sheet. Things like that. They love that stuff.
Makes them feel good. Being chased out left. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it second down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have highlights and analysis of this first half. I'm guessing mostly defensive highlights that we will see.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. No touchdown scored yet so far.
Yeah, none whatsoever. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back to throw now on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. He'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it second and goal.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Their big-bodied receiver. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Our eyes shift to the defense of the Cowboys now. And a really nice job last time. Offense had great field position, but they were able to hold them just 4 plays, and they had to hit the field goal.
We saw the benefits of practice there from the defense, though, didn't we? Because most teams...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment defense. Automatic first down.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's got his man on the out route. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On 2nd down, Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 13 yards there on the pickup. And it's good enough for a Seattle first. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then hit past it.
And he's going to go down. Back across midfield, he's sacked at the 46. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we, don't you at least want your guys to get a drink of water? Probably pretty thirsty. Whatever, your wish, our command. Third quarter now. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Defense sinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
He'll look to throw, and he comes back with one complete. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Running with Elliott. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So the defensive front holding strong there on 4th and inches.
And how about the battle of big people up front? That turned into a leverage game, didn't it? Defensive linemen, they won it. Lower than the offensive guys, pushed them back, knifed through, and made a great play.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Second down following the incompletion. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. They go play action with Wilson. Surveying the field. Trying to lay one up. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks, and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here's Wilson. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 53. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that trims the lead to 3. It's 9-6 now. A decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 77 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Well, a lot of things have to go right for an option pitch to be successful. Everything lined up there on the long run.
It does because you have to make the proper read. It doesn't matter what guy you've decided is going to be read on the defensive front. You still have to execute it. If he comes to the quarterback, you saw there, pitch it out to the running back, and off he goes. A lot of teams don't like to run the option because they don't like having their quarterback hit.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Ooh, the juke. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Hill, the lone setback. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. He's got time. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a good game. 23 yards on the play.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now Wilson on second down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Here's Wilson. Finding time. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Here we go now. Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. Green, 39. Watching that body.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
To throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. One man in the backfield, Elliott. They're going to look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll get nothing out of the completion there, and it leads to a 4th down. And maybe just lucky to get that pass away.
And maybe should have held on to it because I don't know what you thought. That didn't look like the primary receiver to me.
No, I don't think it was.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's coming to a secondary target. Maybe in that situation, you don't throw it at all. Eat it, take care of the football. They're fortunate nothing bad happened on that one.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
8 yards to go here on 2nd down.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Offside, defense.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. One receiver left, 3 to the right. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And he's got his man on the out route. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on third down. They come up in an offset eye. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Well, partner, they might want to tear up their scouting reports a little bit here because they just showed tendency. Third down, you don't ordinarily see a toss. They ran it, and they ran it really well and picked up a first down. I love the way the edges were sealed, which allowed him to get to the corner.
False start, offense.
Shift together here from the D-line. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got time in the pocket. Throwing right, and that's complete. It's a solid pickup of 11, and it's second down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit, throwing it a little bit more.
From the gun on third down, Wilson, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. And he's back here in the struggle department in this one like he was a week ago. And, partner, I think you can pin some of this on that O-line. The room to run, just not there.
You mentioned last week that it felt like the offensive line was getting beaten to the punch by the guys across the ball.
It was pretty evident, I thought.
I mean, they were off the ball fast, penetrating, getting into the offensive backfield, really spilling a lot of runs before they got started. So I thought your observation was spot on then, and you're right there again this week. Same thing is happening, not able to get started because they're not able to control the point of attack.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. So much of his game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Surveying the field. Great protection. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
They go play action here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Yeah, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Brandon, it's easy to make decisions from right up here where we are, right in the cheap seats, but let's be frank about this one. This isn't even a decision as far as I'm concerned. They have to go for it here. Field goal does you almost no good as time's running out in the game. If you want to win, you have to be aggressive here.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3-and-out.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And he is picking up right where he left off a week ago. I wrote down, so funny here on my notes, what he said last week. And after we talked about the good game, he said, I will do it again. And I wrote those words down, and he's done it again.
And it's not bragging if you're doing it, right? Because that's exactly what he's told you, and he is getting it done. Smooth in the secondary, making catches, making plays. That's the guy that we know.
The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll look to throw, escaping the pressure right. They find some open field here. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They go to Elliott again. And not much of them. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And on the ground they go with the running back. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use the speed to get there in the run game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And his kick is indeed good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis